system literally hundreds of times a day because in a half a second I'm reading my mail. So let's take a look at this first mail message. Here's all of the mail messages I've gotten, and I can look at a list of them. I have 12 of them here. And the one that's highlighted shows its contents down below. Here's a picture of the person, in this case Rich Page, who sent the mail message, the date and the time that it was sent, and some other buttons over here that let me do some pretty neat things, which we'll go into in just a sec. Now, this message sent by Rich shows me the layout, or a picture, I guess a diagram, of our new SCSI connector. And I can smoothly scroll through it. And notice that in our mail system, we can put PostScript of any font, any size. We can put any color diagrams in, created by PostScript drawing programs or other types of drawing programs. And we just send it. Let's take a look at the next one. Bob Longo has sent us a mail message about a new office space.
I sent you brilliance in a PNG file. You sent me silence. Let's talk. I hit send with a SCSI dream, connector clean like a laser beam. You were out there changing fate, I was in the lab serving plate. Blueprints tight like apple shell, but you ghosted me, what the hell? I ain't mad, I'm just confused. You dropped the mic, I dropped the fuse. Deep down, you left me on red while I was building tech instead. Your inbox was a black hole zone, my diagram died alone. I gave you gold, you gave me shade, now I'm the ghost that jobs made. I mapped the pins, I drew the flow, you dropped iPods, I dropped yo. I waited long, I stayed composed, but your reply forever closed. I'm not asking for a keynote spot, just a nice worker, thanks a lot. But you were busy changing lives, while I was deep in data drives. You had the turtleneck, the stage, the fame. I had the cables, the grit, the game. But one thing's clear in this tech charade, you never replied to Rich Page. Steve Jobs, you left me on red while I was building tech instead. Your inbox was a black hole zone, my diagram died alone. I gave you gold, you gave me shade, now I'm the ghost that Jobs made.
And now, prepare for Oblation Comics Live with your host and co-host, Vinny and Christina at All right, I'm unmuted now. Welcome to Oblation Comics Live. My name is Vinny. I am your host, creator of Oblation Comics and Arbiter. So I hope you're all doing well today. And I learned something new here. I'm going to put this on the screen so everyone can see it. So again, my name is Vinny, and I am usually joined with a co-host, Christina. She will be joining us a little bit later. But in the meantime, I got news. My news is I actually entered, this is pretty cool. I entered a writing competition. It's called Writing Battle. And what they do is they have 4 different categories in which people can, here's Christina. Hey, Christina. What's going on? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I was just revealing some breaking news, Christina. First of all, I want to say that I was reliably informed that I should be taking notes for the show, which is something that I usually never do. So I did want to show you. I wrote a note that says to take more notes. So we're already on the up and up. We're doing
yes.
good. More than I usually do. But yeah, the breaking news here, that wasn't it. But the breaking news is I actually entered a writing competition. Yeah, it's called,
actually?
Yeah, Writing Battle is what it's called. And it's pretty cool. What they do is they have like 4 categories. I think they do it like every quarter. So this quarter, it was between I know it was horror. That was the one that I ended up picking. Like it was random, but
Mhm.
it was horror, there was thriller, there was dystopia, and there was some other one. So it was randomly generalized, and so those are 4 categories. And so the winner gets, I think it was $20,000. I think it might be split between the 4, so it might be 5,000. But either way, so yeah, I got picked. And so what they do is you pick the genre, or they pick the genre for you, and then they pick a main character, and it's usually I got warrior. So that was I had to write a whole
Stop.
story with warrior, and then there was like a prop that had to be integral to the story, and I got a key. So those are like the 3 things that I have to write about. So I'm not going to share anything more than that right now. I'm still in the middle of writing it. However, I will do a live reading. I think that would be cool.
Yes.
It's a short story. It's only 1,000 words, so it's not a lot. But whenever I get out of this competition, whether I lose or because it goes through several rounds. So whenever I'm out of the competition, if I make it all the way to the end or not, I'll do the live reading at that point, just so people can see what I
That's
wrote.
so
Yeah. So I
exciting.
only have, I think, 4
Yay.
more days before I have to submit it. So I've been up pretty late at night the past few days because it was only like a week. You have a week to do it. And
Oh.
yeah, so I was up the past few nights writing, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's pretty cool.
Ooh,
But
I'm so excited.
yeah, that is the big news
Stop.
for me. How about you? You got anything coming up?
Not that
No.
exciting.
How was your week?
It was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, I'm good. I was up late last night playing Ghost of Your Toy or whatever.
How do you like it?
I actually do prefer Ghost of Tsushima more.
I told you. Why?
Just because of story. I do like his story more, I think.
So I didn't play the new one. I did play Ghost of Tsushima. I 100%ed it, whatever, like the platinum trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that game. It was a really fun game. But like when I saw the trailer to this new one, to me it just gave off the impression of like generic revenge story and like nameless kind of character that just is kind of detached from history.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like the because his story was so like developed and like and then it's just like a random person revenge story
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty much
like pretty
exactly what I thought.
generic. Yeah.
Pretty much exactly what I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
But is it fun though? Are you having fun with
It's fun.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I too have been playing a video game. Believe it or not, I haven't played video games in a long time, but I did what's called an impulse buy. I was up late at night writing, and I'm like, I need to take my mind off this for a minute. So I went onto my PlayStation for like the first time in like months, and I was looking at the store, and I saw that there was a Digimon game.
Did you actually?
I did, and I just bought it, just like delirium. Just I'm gonna buy this, and so I did, and I started playing it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a Digimon game, so it's exactly what you'd think it would be, and I don't regret it.
Thinking it was gonna be one of the 2025 like great games that are
No, it will not be that. It's just a Digimon game. You just grind and you level up and stuff. But you know what? It's a mindless game that I can, take my mind off, whatever, the wee hours of the night. But so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the last video game. I also actually, as far as games go, I think there was one coming out that I was like kind of into. The Switch too. Do you have a Switch or anything?
I really want to get Expedition 33 or whatever it's called.
Did I tell you about that game or no?
No, I've been seeing it everywhere.
Christina, I'm not lying. That was the previous game. So like the last game I played was that one, when it came out.
You did tell me about that game.
Dude, I'm telling you, legitimate 10 out of 10 game. Like that game.
But don't you like the turn-based?
Yeah, that one is turn-based, but it's like there's prompts, so it doesn't feel like you're just watching something happen. You actually have buttons that you have to press, like combos and all that kind of stuff. So it is turn-based, but it doesn't feel turn-based, if that makes sense.
That was a good one?
Oh, it was immaculate. 10 out of 10. So the only thing that I did not like about that game is it was completely optional. However, there were parts of the game where it was like platforming, where you had to like jump from thing
Oh
to.
yeah, you did tell me about that.
I mentioned this. Did I mention it online, like live?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember anything that I say, to be completely honest. So I might have said that. But the
Maybe
platform,
you did.
the platform aspect was very frustrating, and I did not like that part. But the whole game, the story, the characters, the voice acting, the music, especially beautiful. Yeah, definitely. If you can play that game, that's a 10 out of 10. So, as I'm writing the story, I want to talk about Can we talk about writing a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, it's a short story, right? So it's not a comic book, which I don't know if you could see the banner, funmycomic.com/arbiter. That's the note I should have wrote. Instead of writing "take more notes," I should have wrote, check out my comic book at funmycomic.com/arbiter.
Yeah.
I'm just being stupid. Yeah. So, but on the banner here, that is my link to my comic book. I don't know how to pin it. I would pin it to the comments, but I don't know how to do that. I'll figure that one out. But yeah, so you can check out my comic book. That is what it's currently funding right now. That I would love to get more backers, more support to get this comic book in your hands so you can read it and enjoy it. I'll talk a little bit more about that hopefully later on if I remember, if I write a note. However, I am writing a short story like I mentioned earlier, and I was just kind of getting in the mode because like it's very different writing a short story or a novella or a novel and a comic book. Like they all are, they have some similarities obviously, but they're all different. And so this is the thing that I've learned from writing short stories. I never published any, but I wrote a few. And like I said, I'm writing one for this battle. But like with short stories, obviously the length, that's probably the biggest difference. Short stories, like published, probably around like 7,000 words. The one that I'm writing for this battle is only 1,000 words. So it's very, very short. So that requires like one core idea or one conflict, and that's it. You know, as far as like characters go, you only have time for like quick sketches of characters or implied backgrounds. You can't go into someone's background on a short story. Like it's just implied, right? So I'm thinking about that for my character, and I already have the idea. Like I said, I'm already writing it. I did the first draft already, so I'm just kind of tweaking it now to make it even better. But like the structure of it, it has to start what they call in the medias res. It's like a word that just pretty much means minimal exposition. So like it often starts kind of like in the middle of like the story. Like for example, in my short story, the main character is a knight. That's the warrior that I could do any warrior, but I chose a knight, and he's in the middle of reading a letter that was given to him by a woman for help. And so like that's where the story starts. It's not like, training sequences of him because like he's just reading a letter on his way to help a woman that wrote the letter, and then like the pacing, I was thinking about like how do you tell a whole story within 1,000 words? And so like every sentence literally has to drive to the
That's
climax.
like almost harder than like a long.
It is in a way because it has to be so refined.
Yeah.
There's no room for like rabbit trails. There's no room for anything really. You just have to. Everything has to matter, but you have to tell it in like artful way. Like you can't just it's not exposition. Like you have to use it, especially with horror. Like I was thinking a lot about how to write horror because it's not like I love ghost stories, and I was going to write a ghost story. It's not a ghost story, but I was going to write one because I actually have the collection. I should have brought it out. But it's like a Victorian era Christmas ghost stories. So like back in the day, I don't know if you knew this, but in the Victorian era, they would tell ghost stories around Christmas time because it was cold. They'd be around a fire, and they would tell ghost stories. And so I have a collection. They're all short stories, but I have a collection of them. And that's my tradition. One of my traditions are, other than watching, Home Alone and all that, I read like these short ghost stories.
Oh, that's cute.
It's pretty cool. But I was afraid that if I were to write my own ghost story, I'd be pulling too much from things that I like. So I decided to not do a ghost story and instead write like a monster. It's a monster. I'm kind of burying the lead here. But so anyway, so I'm thinking about how to write horror. And it's really the trick to writing horror, in my opinion, is I have to make the reader feel uneasy. Like that's really it. Like I have to make the reader feel uncomfortable, not necessarily like, I got the scariest monster, In fact, I don't really describe the monster much. It's just the atmosphere. It's got to be, I have to have the reader get put in an uncomfortable, eerie atmosphere. And I think that's the success of a horror. But I it's for me doing this battle or this whatever, it's a win-win because one, I have the potential to actually, win some money out of this and put it towards my comic book company. Two, even if I lose, I get feedback, which is always helpful to, better your craft. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, so that's the things I was thinking about a lot. With short stories, that's pretty much the challenge is can you refine it down to just one core theme, two characters at most, and then get the reader in the atmosphere within 1,000 words, So that's the challenge. So it's been pretty fun though. I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying it.
I am so excited to read that.
Yeah, and like I said, whenever I'm out of the competition, whether it's when I win or lose, I'll do a live reading of the story that I wrote.
Okay, so it's not going to be like next Wednesday.
No, well, unless I get out in the first round.
Oh, so not next Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll see. So with that being said, though, that's enough of me. Have you read anything this week?
I did. I read this.
Oh, I read that too. Okay, so what is it? I don't think people might not be able to read it.
The Omega Acts Justice League.
Okay.
I just got it because the cover. I like the cover. But I don't, so far, I'm not like really into the story.
Yeah, so that one was like the prelude to the big event of DCKO.
Yeah.
So we talked about that maybe last week or the week
before.
before.
That's the Mega Act is the DCKO prelude.
Yeah, that's what leads up to. So like I think this Wednesday, you know what? We should call this segment Last Week Today with Vinny and Christina because
I love it.
This is or we're like I don't go to comic book like today is the new comic book day or whatever Wednesday. And so I'm never going to make it to the comic book to read the new one before the show. So anyway, so that is the prelude. So I think this week starts the DCKO event.
Okay.
But so what did you think of it? Because I read that one too. That's actually one of the things that I wrote down. It's to me, it was pretty good. It was fine. I think I know what's going to happen in DCKO though. You want to know my thoughts?
Yeah, let me hear.
All right, so you know the Time Trapper, right?
Yeah. He's
gonna fight Darkseid at the end.
That would be so lame.
You think that'll be lame? So the Time Trapper in this version is Doomsday. So
maybe that won't be lame.
It'll be like basically Doomsday with Time Trapper abilities versus Darkseid. That's my guess. I don't think it's going to be any of the DC heroes. I think it's going to be him because it would make more sense to me instead of pitting. Because could you imagine like Batman killing or like severely wounding, I don't know, Green Arrow or even Superman or whatever, and then after this event they have to be a team again. It's like, hey, you were the guy that like almost killed me. Like, let's work together again. It's weird. So to me, the way out of that is to have someone like Time Trapper
was that? Wait,
Doomsday.
No, finish what you're saying.
Yeah. Plus, Doomsday, like he keeps getting stronger the more he gets defeated. Mm-hmm. So like having him versus Darkseid, I don't know, that might be a pretty cool fight. We'll have to see. It might not go that way, but I think for me, I think that'd be pretty exciting. I don't know. Yeah. No. So who would you like to see win the whole thing? Batman?
Batman.
Of course. Of course.
No, I was confused by that other story though. The random girls.
The what?
Like, what were the two girls that were like looking for like they were in like his like the like they were looking around like.
Oh, you mean in that was Superman's mom and friend, I guess.
Wait, actually, where the heck did it say that?
Yeah, so that was in the past. That was just to show you that they were the ones
Oh,
that.
I didn't read this.
Yeah,
It says
you gotta read
Krypton.
that. You gotta read that.
It's like years before its destruction. I didn't read that.
Yeah, so I think that was only just to set up the fact that they were the ones that released Doomsday, Time Trapper, whatever. I don't
There
know
was
what.
so much Superman in it, though.
Well, yeah, because they were the ones that did that. It's kind of centered around him. But like I said, that made me think that it was going to be Time Trapper because of that defeats or fights at least Darkseid. But yeah, so what else? Did you read anything else, or was that the big one this week?
No, I bought Speed Racer, but I didn't read it.
Okay.
But I went to I didn't get a stop at mine because I didn't have enough time to. So there was like only a few. Like there wasn't the ones I want to buy. So today I think I can go stop by the comic shop.
I got you. Yeah, so the main one that I read a few this week, but the main one that I want to talk about is Rook Exodus. This book.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
This book is awesome. So this is actually issue 7. So Rook Exodus came out like last year, I think in October or something like that, but it went on hiatus because I think Jason Fabik, the artist, was doing other stuff. I'm not sure. But anyway, it went on a hiatus, and it just got back last week, issue 7. So you could actually get the first volume in like an actual volume of the first 6 issues.
Nice.
In trade. But yeah, so issue 7 came out, and I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite, at least my top 3 favorite series coming out right now. I mean, look at the art.
You have to explain the story.
Okay.
I forgot.
For the good folks at home and for Christina, Rook Exodus, basically the premise, I'll show you more pages, but the premise of it is our world is overcrowded and our resources are thinning. So they pretty much made, they terraformed another world. They called it, or no, it was like they made a planet engine basically on another world, and I forgot what they called it, but it's called Exodus now. And they sent a bunch of people there to promise, like, hey, this is going to be utopia. You're going to control the climate. You're going to control the population, animal population. Everything's going to be under your control. It's going to be utopia. It's going to be beautiful. And it was for a little bit until the world engine started failing, and everything started to like be destroyed and become like a dystopia, pretty much. And so people were fleeing. That's why they call it Exodus, because people were, and of course, all the rich people were the ones who can get the ships to go back to Earth. And they promised, hey, we're going to come back for the rest of you, and they never did. So basically, on this world, there's these wardens, which they were given these helmets to control a certain species. So the main character, he controls crows. That was like his job, because he was a farmer on Earth. His job was to control the population of crows. They can, when he puts that helmet on, he can mentally connect with them. But when the world engine is failing, they're kind of influencing him and all the wardens too. Like it's kind of more of a primal kind of state that people are getting. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the setup. The plot is in the first volume, there was a rogue warden who was trying to collect all the other helmets, and so he was killing other wardens to collect their helmets to control other species. And he was the what was his name? He controlled bears basically, and so he had these like giant, like huge, like monstrous bears with like lasers and stuff. It was awesome. And so anyway, Rook and the Wolfbane had to defeat Ursaw, I think his name was, and figure out why he was killing all the other wardens and all that kind of. So that was like the basic plot. And so this picks up. This is the second arc, and it picks up from there, where they're trying to figure out what's going on with the engine, and they're trying to save this world, and restore the engine. So it's very sci-fi. It's a lot of the action. It's really good, and the art, like Jason Fabik, is probably my favorite artist. I go back and forth with him and Kenneth Rogafort and Jason Fabik. They have different styles, but like I'll show you another page here.
Yeah, let's see.
So this is this is kind of a big reveal, so like spoilers, I guess. I'll try to pick something else. Hold on. All right, so this is the opening scene. I'm sorry for the glare. I'll try to maybe zoom out a little bit.
Oh.
But you see, like, this is a warden. He controls, I think it was hound dogs or something. But, like, he's going insane because the world engine failed and he has no more control over that. And he's like, oh, and just look at this character. This is an awesome design.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another warden. So anyway, if you're into, like, sci-fi, if you're into just, like, good art altogether, Rook Exodus is really, really good. And that was the big one that I talked about. I also read Absolute Evil by Al Ewing and Absolute Green Lantern, also by Al Ewing. And they were okay. So Absolute Evil, if you remember, like the Absolute Universe that we talked about last time with like... it was about how basically all the villains become like their own Justice League. That's what they call it. And how they unite. It was okay. It was just a setup issue. Nothing really happened, but you saw the Joker for the first time. And I don't know. He's not like, he's basically the opposite of the Joker where he doesn't make any jokes. That's like the absolute version of the Joker. I don't know. Like some people like it. To me, it was just, you know, they call him Joker as a joke because he never makes jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like I don't know, he's crazy still, but like in a mad genius way. Like he's apparently very, very smart and well connected.
He's the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, well, I know. That's the whole point of the Absolute Universe, though, is like they're trying to subvert expectations a lot with all the characters. So that was, you know, that was his. It was fine. Like, so Ra's al Ghul is actually the villain in Superman's story. And so he is very different. Talia al Ghul also is like the leader of like the Omega Men. And it's all influenced by Darkseid. I think Darkseid was the one who created the Absolute Universe. But anyway, it was okay. Absolute Green Lantern is I'm probably going to drop that one. I'm read 7 issues and it's just too out there. Like he tried writing the Green Lantern Corps as instead of like rings empowered by different emotions, that they were like different stages of being. Like it was just, you know, one stage of being is like the green light stage of being, and that one is like good energy, and then you have like the red stage of being is like deconstructing and reconstructing, and like it's just like he's trying to like, I don't know, convince me that he's really, you know, smart. I guess, I don't know. Like, all right, man, I believe you. I just, you know, write Green Lantern, I guess. I'm not. It honestly reminded me of. I wish I had it pulled up. Give me a minute here. I'm going to pull something up for you real quick.
Okay, we're waiting.
All right. Yeah, it reminded me of this like clip because he kept calling it zones. Here, I'm just going to pause this real quick. Sorry, hold on. Man, I should have pulled up. Yeah, he called it like zones, and it was like very much like reminded me of Tim and Eric's zone theory. I don't know if you heard of that.
No. No.
All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I'm gonna play a little bit of it. And I swear this reminds me of the Green Lantern comic book in the Absolute Universe. How can I share this here? All right, share screen. All right.
The zone system works.
I can barely remember my life before zone theory.
I am proud to say I am a zone boy.
Be rich and famous right now in the zone system.
What if I told you you can change your life in 7 easy steps?
I used to be a blackjack dealer on a riverboat named Black Sally's Apple. It was a very low point in my life.
Procrastinating? Like bad mood, I was in really bad shape.
I was living on the streets, eating out of garbage cans.
Then I picked up Tim and Eric's Zone Theory. 7 steps to achieve perfect life.
I think about the guy watching this video right now. His name is Brian. He's suffering from addiction to marijuana. He eats from 7-Eleven. And now he can access Tim and Eric's zone theory, and he can change his whole life. He can become somebody that he always dreamed he could be, a perfect man. My name is Tim Nagrume Heidecker, and I'm a Zone Plane 8. And with Eric Wareheim.
This is just like ridiculous, but like I'm not kidding you, but reading the Absolute Green Lantern is like watching that video of like the different zones and achieving perfect peace.
No.
It is like, I don't know why he's writing it like that, but anyway, it's the Absolute Universe. It's really funny. But I'm going to drop the book, is what I'm saying.
You gave it 7 issues too.
Yeah, I read the first 7 issues. I was really trying because I read all the Absolute books. I'm caught up on all of them. And I'm only going to stick with probably Batman, Superman, and Flash. Those are the most entertaining ones. And Superman I almost dropped early on because the first probably 4 issues were like tough to get through. The way he's writing Krypton, which forget who's writing the Superman one. But I want to say Aaron. I forget who it was, but it was very heavy on his version of Krypton, and it was just very uninteresting to me. I'm like, you got to get back to Earth here, literally and figuratively, and just write a Superman story. And he started doing that. And once he entered, like Brainiac came in, the story really picked up, and it's very entertaining now. But yeah, anyway, those are the books that I read. I read some other ones too, but those are, I guess, the only ones I really want to talk about. All the best stuff is really coming out of the indies, like the Rook, Exodus. Last week I talked about, I think, Escape, which is I'm looking forward to that, and Skinbreaker. Like all the best stuff are coming out of indies right now. DC's got some. Marvel still trailing far, far behind. But whenever I read, so I think what I'm going to do is just talk about the ones I read last week and not go into like all the other ones that I'm still reading. But yeah. So those are the ones that I read. Some news on Arbiter. What I could talk about here. Let me share that screen now with you. Let's go through the Arbiter once more. All right. So again, this is my comic. I did get a few more backers. So again, thank you guys for backing the book. We're 36% funded over 5,000 goal. And so I appreciate it. Please, if you haven't already, go to fundmycomic.com/arbiter and go back the book. It's only $5 for a digital copy, $8 for a physical copy, and $12 for a signed physical. We got 2 posters that are $15 each. If you want everything, it's $60, and if you want everything signed, it's $70. So some interior artwork. These are the posters, and then these are some perks that we're almost going to unlock. 2,500, you unlock a cool sticker for everyone who buys the physical copy. And then for 35, you get a cool bookmark for everybody who buys a physical copy. So that is the campaign that we're trying to fund. And again, just a quick thing about Arbiter for in case this is your first time viewing the video. This is a cosmic noir. It's about our fractured reality, ancient guardians, and last man standing between us and oblivion. Reality is breaking, cracks are forming in the fabric of our world, and monsters are slipping through. The only one who could stop it is a broken young man named Christian Murr, a street fighter with a haunted past and a destiny he never asked for. When his mentor vanishes, Chris is pulled into a hidden war between ancient beings called Arbiters and extra-dimensional invaders known as Breakers. Armed with forgotten powers, sacred edicts, and mythical artifacts, Chris must rise or watch the multiverse fall. So that is Arbiter. It's a great comic. I promise you, you're going to love it. And the news on that is actually I sent it to an editor just to get it more refined. He got back with some pretty good notes. I updated. I took out some of the dialogue, reshaped some of the dialogue, changed some scenes up. It's a much better comic book now, and I'm going to go through a second pass. The thing with editors sometimes is they can't write the book for you, right? So he doesn't know where the story's going. He only read issue 1, and so a lot of his feedback was great. I implemented as much as I can, but it's things that you kind of have to trust your writing intuition, and like, I'll pass on this and do this. But a lot of his feedback was really great, and so I appreciate that. And it is a much better comic. I'm trying to get it to be the best it could possibly be, so that when people read it, they are going to want more. So check out Arbiter again at fundmycomic.com/Arbiter. So what do you think, Christina?
I think that I'm excited to read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we hockey season started. To shift gears a bit. Hockey season started, Christina. I watched it last night. Game 1. Rangers were playing against the Penguins. Guess who won?
The Penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
It's 'cause of the name.
Crosby got him. But the Rangers look better than last season, so that's a good thing.
You like the Rangers?
I do.
What's the other one? The
Islanders, yeah.
Islanders?
I should be an Islanders fan, being as, grew up on Long Island my whole life. But I just don't know. I like the Rangers. Can't help it.
Are they the ones with the white? They both have white.
Blue, red, and white are Rangers. Islanders are like orange. I think orange and it depends on what jersey they're wearing, but yeah, white.
So there's 0-1.
What?
There's 0-1 now.
Yeah, but there's 82 games in the hockey season, so
wow.
Yeah, and I do watch probably more than half of them. But so the thing with the Rangers is right now, this is our sports section. You're just tuning in now. This is our sports section. No, but the thing with the Rangers, so like 2 seasons ago, they were like contenders to win the Stanley Cup, which is like the Super Bowl in hockey, in case you didn't know. So they were like really, really good. Then last year, they had like the same exact team with the same coach, and they didn't even make the playoffs. They just fell apart. I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. So then they did a lot of revisions, and so they have some same players, but a lot of them are new players. And so they're playing a lot better than they did last year. But because there's a lot of new players, they don't know how to mesh yet. So I'm guessing, I hope so, like halfway through the season, probably after winter break, they'll probably be a much better team. They didn't play bad. It was just, they're like passing to people that aren't there because they're not supposed to be. Like, hockey's very fast, right? So you have to know kind of where people are going to be. And if you don't know your teammates, you don't know, so like they're passing and people not there. There's a few dangerous plays that they made that, that got intercepted pucks. So I don't know. They're learning how to play with each other. So we'll see what they look like after winter break, January or whatever. Anyway.
Wait, hockey has a winter break?
Yeah. They take a few weeks off because they play 82. It's similar to basketball. Like they have the same kind of schedule. They play 82 games and they have the break within like a few weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks off during holiday season. Yeah, so that's that too. So hockey, not too bad. You watch football at all?
No.
No, you used to. Did you know that Russell Wilson is on the Giants?
I did hear that. Yeah.
Did you know that they benched him?
I did.
Yeah, he was not doing good. He was not doing good. I know you used to be a Russell Wilson fan back in the day.
Yeah, I was a big Russell Wilson fan.
Yeah.
It's just like, he had like a small period where he could have been fire, and then, Pete Carroll just like didn't give him the right like support he needed,
Yeah.
So
now he's at the Giants.
He did really bad on the Broncos, I think.
Yeah, I stopped watching for a while, so I didn't see his career at Denver at all. And I didn't even know he was at the Giants until I started watching this year.
Yeah.
But Titans are looking terrible. They won their first game though against the Cardinals, but it wasn't a good win. It was like rough. But Anyway, that was our
Football
sports.
to me
Oh,
is just like flag, flag, flag. So it just
no
stopped.
joke. I know. Like I was watching one statistic. I forgot what game they were in, but like the amount of yardage that they ran was negative because of all of the penalties.
Like it's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Like,
they're terrible. But I don't follow closely enough to know why they're so bad. Because I don't think it's like a talent, but I think it's just lack of discipline, probably poor management. I don't know. But anyway, I tuned in one of their games, and literally the first thing that I saw was like a pick six. Titans quarterback threw the ball, got intercepted, and then they ran for a touchdown. And I promptly laughed and turned it off and moved on to something else. Like, I'm not watching this. But anyway, that was our sports section. So let us know in the comments what you like us talking about sports. We know nothing about it, but you like us talking about
baseball.
But so what I wanted to do, Christina, I wanted to read you the opening line to my story. Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So keep in mind, this is a horror story, and it's a short story, but this is the opening line, okay? The fog clung to the trees like skin to bone. Sir Aldrich rode alone. Beneath the damp weight, his armor dulled by years of tireless wear, the crest on his cloak only a ghost of gold. The manor surfaced from the mist like a split lip. Black stone, windows crooked as a field wrong, panes that did not blink. He had read the letter twice before burning it. My husband is not himself. He's locked in the chamber door and screams throughout the night. Please come quickly. No coin, no seal, pure desperation. The lines veered, jagged and unrepentant, as if the woman's hand has been pushed in the middle of the sentence by something. That's the opening.
I like it.
So again, this rough draft, I'm still tweaking things, but like that's the setup. He gets a letter and of a desperate woman, and it's gonna go on from there.
I was like there, but then you just stopped.
Yeah, so it is like Halloween coming up, so
perfect timing.
The time, yeah, it's good timing.
Even if you it'd be cool if you drew like a picture of your character, like when you read it to us.
That would be cool, but I don't know. Maybe
you should do that.
Yeah, I was
to give a
What?
full picture. You know?
Yeah, maybe next week I'll have something ready to show, because I was actually going to do another character reveal, but I forgot to finish it. It's not done, so I'm not going to reveal. Yeah, this was a busy week, man. Work has been crazy busy.
I was just gonna ask, how do you have time to read all these comics, play the game, catch up, do writing, the Arbiter, and you have like 2 kids?
Yeah, and doing this and marketing. I don't sleep is the actual answer. I'm running on like probably 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and you know.
Yeah, I was doing that and I couldn't function. Like to work on my comic, and I was just like, I can't function.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I don't get burned out. I'm hoping I can burn the candle at both ends. That my candle is like really, really big. I don't know how big the candle is, but we're gonna find out real soon. Because it is a lot. But again, it's all worth it. Like all this is to help my comics. Like if I can win this competition, which again, I'm not saying, it is what it is, but that would help out a lot with my comic book. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. This show, for example, the point of this is not just to have fun, talk about what's interesting, whatever, but also to get people to fund my comic book. Like all this is for the business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot. Like the marketing, the being on Twitter and X and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but every backer counts, so guys, if you want me to take more rest, go back my comic book. If 3 hours scares you, go back my comic book.
Are you still on just 1 cup of coffee?
No.
I knew it.
No.
I knew it.
No. Yeah, well, you know what? You know what's crazy? And I hate this about myself, but I've been drinking energy drinks. I know.
That's really bad.
I know.
No, Vinny.
Yeah,
Go
so I've
back
been
to
drinking coffee and energy drinks, and then
No, just coffee.
yeah, no. But you know what? If this is unhealthy, then I don't want to be healthy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully this too soon will pass, and we can have a comic book called Arbiter in our hands that we can read, and then issue 2, because I'm doing all this front work now, which I should have done months ago, but issue 2 will hopefully fund a lot quicker, because
I think so.
Yeah, once people read issue 1,
because
they
people
like it.
will want.
Yeah. So this is probably just the worst it's going to be.
Did you fix, like, in your website, like, you could pre-order now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Because
Yeah.
last time I tried, it didn't.
And it wasn't working?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should work fine now. I think some people did it through the website, which I should probably pull that up too. I'll share that page. Yeah, the website's fully functioning. At least it was last time I checked. Let's go check it out right now.
Cool.
Share screen, Arbiter. All right, so this is oblationcomics.com. So this is our website. So let's check it out. Pre-order. Yeah, it brings you right to the Fund My Comic page, and this is where you can order it.
Oh, cool.
Also, while we're here, we could check out some cool stuff on the website here. So if we look at here, you could look at the About. It has a little blurb about me, a little blurb about the story, and the main characters in the story. So this is our main character, Christian Murr, Angela Leonati, which we talked about a few weeks ago, I think. Victoria Jean Murr. Picture will be updated here. This is his sister. Steve Douglas is a street cop. David Murr is his brother. Joshua Murr is the father, and then a mysterious figure here. So Christian is the main character, but these are going to be some of the side characters that you'll see. And as the story goes on, they'll be more prominent. They influence the story. But yeah, so that's oblationcomics.com. And you can, again, back my comic at fundmycomic.com/arbiter. So, Christina, is there any parting thoughts, ideas, questions, comments, concerns, anything that you got to say before we go on our merry way?
Where's the night going?
Where's the what?
Where's the night going?
Where's the night going?
Yeah, I want to read more of your story.
Oh.
I was on that letter.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you. I thought you meant night as in like daytime. Like, where's the night going?
No, I got that.
I'm like, no, it's still day. It's not. Hasn't gone anywhere yet. But yeah, I can't tell you. He's answering the letter, so he's gonna go meet the woman.
Okay.
I will tell you this. It's a monster story. Did I say that already? It is a monster story? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
You can think about that. And there's a key involved.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, we'll see. I have to submit it soon, actually. I don't know. I have to look at the website again. I have to submit it. I think I got 4, maybe 5 days left. But so tomorrow, actually, I'm going to do most of the work. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to finish it tomorrow, where it'd be like done, and submit it, because my daughter has a half day, so I have to pick her up and leave work, and so I'm just taking the rest of the day off, and I'll probably just do it all tomorrow. Yeah, work gets in the way of everything, Christina.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
You know, just yesterday, I'm going to close with this work story, okay? Because, you know, who doesn't like a good old work story? So yesterday, listen to this. This guy comes in, right? So I work in parts department and trucking company, okay? So I answer calls. People, their trucks are down. I have to give them parts of their truck. That's my job. Sometimes we get people walking in, like, hey, I need this for my business or whatever, okay? So this guy walks in, and he's multiple times before. This dude hates me so much, listen to this, that he will tip. We don't take tips, but he will tip everyone on the counter except for me out of spite. This guy is down at least $600 out of spite money. I just like tips. He tips big. So like, I don't even know why, to be completely honest with you. But I remember like 2 years ago getting in like a shouting match with this guy over like some oil. Like he doesn't speak English. And so I'm trying to figure out what he needs, right? It's just Spanish. He doesn't even try to speak it. Like he doesn't do the charades thing. Like, you know, he just like, you know, I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, man. And no effort at all to communicate. But I heard oil. And so I'm like, okay, you need oil. Yeah. Like, okay, so there's different weights. I don't know, you might not know this, but there's like, you know, 10W30, 1540 trucks take, you know, there's transmission oil, there's gear oil, there's like different kinds of oil. So I'm like trying to ask, you know, what kind of oil do you need? And so I get his truck information and I look it up like, okay, so you need 1030. Like, no. And he starts yelling at me. Oh, no, I need 1030. And I'm like, there's no one here that speaks Spanish. There's like not one person here that speaks Spanish. And of course, no. So anyway, it was about like 20 minutes of him yelling and me, like we're like yelling at each other. I'm like, your truck takes 1540 or, you know, 1030 or whatever. And he just storms out, just like leaves. And ever since that point, he would come and deal with everybody else at the counter and tip them while looking at me. And like, he'll give like $50. And I'll just like smile. I'll even grab some of mine, like, yo, you know, Joe or whatever. This guy's back, you know, and so they'll like stop whatever they're doing, go to the counter to help this guy to get money from him. It's like the funniest thing in the world. And I don't know, I still don't even know what he ever needed that day. He said oil. That's all I understood. But I don't think I'll ever know. He'll never talk to me again. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be happy if I never see that guy again. But of course that won't happen because he comes in pretty regularly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, have you ever been so mad at somebody that you would like pay money to other people out of spite?
That's like another level.
Yeah, I'm like a legend where I work. People tell stories about me. Like, yeah, this guy made him so mad. It's amazing, honestly. But yeah, I get to go do that again today.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. After this, right after this, I get to go drive an hour to work to hear that guy yell at me. Are you excited for me? Yeah. So anyway, I better wrap it up here, guys. Thank you, Christina, as always, for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And good folks at home, thank you for joining us. If again, go to fundmycomic.com/arbiter. You can follow us on Twitter, right? Or me. You can follow me on Oblation Comics. I should tell you that. If you want to contact me, that's probably the best place to do it. Just message me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to say. Christina, how can people find you and your artwork?
It's on pause at the moment. I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, it's on pause, so we're not going to tell you. But you keep updated. We'll keep you updated on that maybe next week. Who knows? But I hope you guys have a great day. Again, thank you all, and have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I love you forever. You hear me? I love you forever. And I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
And
It's never goodbye.
Bring the hands down in front again, everybody. Okay, legs together. Relax. All right, everyone, we've got to take a recovery pulse. Find your pulse at your neck or at your wrist. I'll tell you when to count. Ready? Count. Stop. Now multiply that number by 10. The recovery pulse is important. The faster the body recovers, really, the stronger the heart is. When you're breathing